Okay, welcome back to Dr. Stone Anime Review, episode number 15. We're on the final episode of season 2. Yes. Now, I've heard rumblings it might be season 3. Yeah. Actually, no. Actually, it has been confirmed there's season 3 coming. When? Don't know. Yeah, this one finishes up adapting chapter 82, going through pages 5 through 19. Goes to the entirety of chapter 83, and it starts 82, 84, the first 2 pages. Now, I'm thinking though, okay, why couldn't they just adapt the whole thing? Why did they adapt just 2 pages? That makes no freaking sense at all. No. It also makes no sense the fact they actually didn't bother to finish adapting this arc. I'm sure a lot of people were really hoping this arc could be finished. With this episode, it kind of is, but look at what chapters are in the arc from the manga. No, this arc is not finished yet. As a matter of fact, 84 wasn't even finished being adapted. Episode picks up right where we left off last week, where, in the aftermath of Hyuga doing his, after he lost his 2-on-1 handicap match to Susiku and Tashima, and Homura, she tries to help out Hyuga, but she's stopped by pretty much everybody, who's got muscle. Like Kohaku, Magma, Chrome, and even Nikki. Yeah, they all stop her. They all tie her up very, let's just say, cartoonish style. Yeah, tie up almost every single inch of her body, tie her from shoulder down to her freaking legs. Yeah, very much old 50s style cartoons. That old stereotype of basically people being tied up is so hilarious. Not only her, she's not the only one who gets it. Even Hyuga gets it. Hyuga gets it too. I'm like, okay, why can't you just tie his hands? Why the heck did you just tie up his whole freaking body? Yep. And then, of course, Tessuma back to the headquarters, where he reveals that despite his stab wound, he's got syphilis. And the only way to save him is to, freeze him and then try to petrify him in order to cure his syphilis. Because apparently petrification is a cure for all diseases. Apparently. So, they spend pretty much the majority of the episode building for scientific facilities to build a refrigerator to store Tessuma. He's there for a certain period of time. Don't worry, he does come out. He's actually currently active in the manga. He doesn't do very much, but there's that. And I love it where in this episode they actually reminisce about the first couple arcs of the series, where basically that he spent some time with them, about the time he spent with Todru and Senku. Also, they revive one other person. Yeah, they revive a manga artist. Who this guy is, I don't know. My guess is that the writer of the manga probably threw him in because he's a manga artist as well. So we're okay, whatever. And of course, Sengoku wants to be manga artist. And of course, while you get information, Sengoku finds out about the girl, the blonde woman who is a reporter. And of course, they bring up the fact that apparently fighters fall for Marilyn Monroe types, and she's kind of Marilyn Monroe type. And she's a good gatherer of information, which is great. The fact that he has her. And of course, the cop who is basically the only cop there, he of course works with Yashru, and I think it's not Geen, but just one other person works with them, where they have to basically put together all the statues that all the petrified people that were wrecked by Tessuma at the start of the series. And they're basically still working on it by the end of the episode. And let's see what else. Oh yeah, Mari, Tessuma's little sister. She's basically worried about her brother, which nothing really wrong with that. Basically, she's worried about her big brother. And eventually they're able to basically build the thing successfully, and they put Tessuma in it, and they freeze him. And I love this little moment where she pretty much basically gives him like a special necklace to hold on to, and she's the one who closes the refrigerator he's in order to close him up, which that made perfect sense for her to do that. And after all, she is technically his next kid, because I believe, they don't really say what happened to his father at all. There's no mention of his mother. I mean, his father was written up to be an alcoholic. So, yeah, and it turns out, though, his title, the strongest high school primate, someone gave that to him. He didn't come up with that himself. He does not take credit for that at all. Which, I'm glad the fact they addressed that, because, well, we kind of like, why is he called that for? He's like, I don't know, someone gave that to me. You can think of this episode overall as basically like a slow-paced episode. And mostly in the way, this does wrap up a good majority of, basically wraps up the first saga of the actual Doctor Stone series. And the end of the episode sets up, basically, what is actually going around in the manga, the Age of Exploration. Where Senku basically says, we need to figure out the source of the petrifications in case it tries to attack humanity again. So, we're going to other side of the world via a ship. We're going to build a ship. Which, okay, that's quite cool, the fact they're going to do that. Mm-hmm. Yep. And, well, the episode ends with seeing, looks like Teshima, someone looks like him, in a petrification statue. Who this person is, don't know. All the thing ends with is the to be continued. Mm-hmm. Episode overall was really good, and, well, not much else to say about it. It's just that it's a really good episode. So, yeah, that's it for Single View. And that's it for video today, because I don't have any more time to do it. I decided to do this at this point. I mean, by the time I'm recording this right now, it is already 11 o'clock at night. I just did this because I wanted to do this before I went to bed tonight. So tomorrow, expect reviews for Quintessence Quintuplets, You're Sharing the Princess, and the final episode of Fire Force. Yep, and, well, I'm also going to do a comic book history tomorrow. I didn't have time to do it today, so I will do it tomorrow. And it'll be on the Avengers in the 1980s, which that's quite interesting to talk about. Okay? Good video. Bye.